What's good, y'all? Today we're back at it again with another catfishing video, and it's actually my first video of the season. I didn't really record anything during the colder weather, but we're back at it with ranking catfish bait series, and we're actually going to be doing what I initially planned to do with the series, which is actually ranking the baits. So we're going to go ahead and start with that, and then I got two more entries at the end of the video, towards the end, so we'll include those. Alright, so to start off, we got the breakfast sausage. Now, I put this one kind of low down in the rankings because I only caught one fish, and I do remember that I was fishing for kind of a while, about an hour, hour and a half, so gotta give it a fair rating. We're going with D. Next up, we got the grape Kool-Aid flavor hot dogs, and these ones, I remember they worked better than the breakfast sausage, but not as good as the cherry Kool-Aid. So I'm gonna put these at B tier because I remember I caught one fish on it, and it didn't take too long to catch it, but we only did catch one fish, so I'm gonna stick with B tier on this one. Now, for the third bait, we got the cherry flavored Kool-Aid hot dogs. Those by far were the best catfish bait I've used since that day. They got like 5 fish in that night, and I only fished for like an hour. They got good scent, everything, and yeah, automatic S tier for that. Alright, so now that we got that part out of the way, we're going to be testing two new kinds of baits today, which is trout cut bait and night crawlers. We're going to put these two baits up against each other and see how they do. First, cast out the night crawler. And literally immediately, I went to go put the pole down, and I was already getting nibbled. So automatically, the night crawler caught a pretty big one, and he actually got some more white to him. Definitely some cool colors off this dude, and he was pretty ginormous for a first fish.
Well, and I literally just casted this worm out. Like, I just casted it.
Now that I let that fish go, we had time to actually cast out the trout pole, so I'm heading over to do that now, and we just got a regular sinker on there, regular circle hook, casting it out, and we wait. Probably about 10 minutes after that, I checked the trout pole, and we indeed had one on there. Definitely a lot smaller than the one we caught on the night crawler, which is actually kind of surprising, but, you know, a fish is a fish. This is just some footage of me checking the poles. I checked the night crawler pole, and I'm pretty sure it didn't have anything on, so I set it back down, made sure the drag was all good.
What is that? What is that?
This one has one. Another little guy on the board for the trout, and it's kind of surprising because both of the fish I've caught so far on the trout were kind of tiny, so we're not going to talk about that. I would expect a night crawler to catch a smaller fish just because it's a smaller bait, but you know, we'll move on to the next fish. Ran over to check the night crawler pole, and I was pretty sure that I had one on, so I just set the drag because I had been a couple minutes before I checked it, and I was right, had one on there. And that's another little guy for the night crawlers, so that pretty much brings the night crawler and the trout head to head with 2 fish each. Came over to check the trout pole, and the baits being head to head was pretty short lived because turns out we had one on the trout pole as well. And I don't actually have the footage of this, but each pole caught one more fish, which puts the trout actually above the night crawlers. This is my final consensus, and I feel like it's a pretty fair rating. We put the trout at A because it worked slightly less good as the cherry flavored hot dogs, but it got the job done. And we put the night crawlers with the grape flavored hot dogs because once again it got the job done, but didn't catch as many fish as I wanted it to. And yeah, that's my final rankings for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this more long form short. It's definitely longer than most of the videos I put out, but if you guys didn't like it, definitely let me know, and I can go back to the shorter stuff, or if you like more longer content, you know, let me know. Subscribe and like, and enjoy your day. Stay fishing.